Good morning, fifth grade. This is our very last YouTube/Zoom class of the year. Hopefully, I get to go back to being a classroom teacher and don't have to do YouTube videos anymore, but I will miss you. Nonetheless, even though we haven't been in a classroom together, it's been fun seeing your faces every Tuesday and Thursday. So I hope you have a great summer and don't stop learning math. All right, so we're gonna go over your homework from Tuesday. So we already did page 506 together during our last class. So let's go over page 507. And you had to do all. So let's look at number 4. So we're using the key facts about common hermit crabs. And it says that they have 2 pairs of antennae, 5 pairs of legs, 5 and 7/8 inch leg span means. Okay, so 2 pairs, a pair is 2. So if you have 2 pairs of antennae, that means there's 4 antennae. If you have 5 pairs of legs, that means you have 10 legs. Okay, so number 4, how many more legs than antennae do hermit crabs have? Okay, so if you have 5 pairs of legs and that's 10 legs, and you have 4 antennae, 10 minus 4, so the answer would be 6 more legs. 6 more legs. Make sure that you're fixing your homework as we do this. 6 more legs. All right, so this is 507. All right, number 5. Some people consider the coconut crab to be the largest hermit crab. Its leg span may be over 5 times the leg span of the common hermit crab. What is the leg span of the largest hermit crab? Okay, so we need to multiply 5 and 7/8 times 5 because it says that it's over 5 times as much. So remember, when we do when we have a mixed number that we need to multiply, we need to make it into an improper fraction first. So if we have 5 and 7/8, remember we multiply the denominator by the whole number plus the numerator. So denominator by whole number, which is 40, plus 7, 47 over 8. Times 5, and we can put that over 1. All right, so we need to find out what 47 times 5 is. Okay, so 47 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 4 is 20, 23. So we have 235. We have 235, and then 8 times 1 is 8. So now we have 235 over 8. So we need to make that into a mixed number. So 235 over 8, you're going to divide it, and it's going to be 29 with 3 left over. So 29 and 3/8 inches. 29 and 3/8 inches. All right, if you got that incorrect, I hope you understand what you did and how to make it right. Make sure that you put the right answer on your paper. All right, number 6. Okay, number 6, king ragworms may grow to be 36 inches long. Some smaller ragworms live with hermit crabs in the crab's shells. These may grow to be 1/4 the size of the king ragworm. What is the length of the smaller worms? Okay, so we need to do 1/4 times 36. So we know when we do 1/4 of, that means multiplication. And remember, if we're doing 1/4, the numerator is a 1, we can divide 36 by 4 and get the answer, okay? We could do 1 times 36 and 4 times 1, which would be 36 divided by 4, okay? So what is 36 divided by 4? 9. So it is 9 inches. The smaller worms are 9 inches. 9 inches. All right, the last one, number 7. Number 7, write your own word problem that involves fractions. Write its answer in a complete sentence. Okay, so all of yours will be different, but it has to involve fractions. Okay, so here's my sample, or theirs. Ty has 20 hermit crabs. 1/4 are large. How many are large? 5 are large, because 1/4 times 20 would be 5. Okay, so yours, everyone's is going to be different. All are different, but have to use fractions. Okay? All right, so yesterday's homework was from page 509, even. Okay, this is a diagnostic checkpoint. The very last thing you're doing for this year is a diagnostic checkpoint to see if you get what we've been learning so far in this chapter. So I will give you the answers to even, but your homework for today is to do odd, okay? So if you're understanding how to do even, then you're going to understand how to do odd. All right, so number 2, 8, this is 509 even. Number 2, 8 lengths of ribbon, each 1 3/4 feet long, is how many feet of ribbon? And so you have to do 1 3/4 times 8. So you have to turn 1 3/4 into an improper fraction. So 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So 7/4 times 8. I can cancel out 4 and 8 because they're diagonal from each other and they go into each other. 7 times 2 is 14. So that would be B. B, 14. B. All right, number 4. Number 4, 3/4 times 11. Okay, so 3 times 11. This is estimating, okay? So if I'm saying I have about 3/4 of 11, well, I know 3/4 of 12 is 9, and so it's about the same, so I'm gonna put 9 for my estimate. If you had around there like 8, you're fine because it's an estimate. These are all estimates. All right, 6, 10 1/3 times 8. Well, I know 10 times 8 is 80, so I'm just gonna say my estimate is 80. Okay, if you say 81, totally fine. 82, somewhere around there, 79. Maybe not 79. Okay, number 8, it says multiply. Be sure your answer is in simplest form. So this is not an estimate, this is actually multiplying. So 1/5 times 5/3, or 1/5 times 2/3. 1/5 times 2/3, you have 2/15. And that is in simplest form because the greatest common factor of 2 and 15 is 1. Okay, number 10. 3/7 times 1/3. 3/7 times 1/3. Okay, so like I said, you can either just multiply them out. 3 times 1 is 3, 7 times 3 is 21, and then divide both of them by 3 and get 1/7. Or if they're diagonal from each other and you can cancel them out there, do it there. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out the 3 and 3 and turn them into 1 because they can each go into each other one time. 1 times 1, 7 times 1, 1/7. So number 10 is 1/7. Or you could have done that by reducing once you got the answer. Okay, sorry. Number 12. 10 times 1/5, so 1/5 of 10. Again, I can multiply them out. 10 times 1, 10. 1 times 5, 5, and then do 10 divided by 5, which would be 2. Or I can cancel them out before I do it. So 2, 1, and then I have 2 times 1, 1 times 1, so 2. The answer to 12 is 2. All right. All right, number 14. Number 14, 1/2 of 34. Again, you can multiply this out and get 34 over 2. So 34 divided by 2 would be 17. Or you can cancel it out before you even multiply it. So 1 and 17. All right, number 16. 1 1/3 times 9. Or yes, 1 1/3 times 9. Okay, so how do I know that this is going to be bigger than 9? Okay, well 1/3 of 1 times 9 is 9. Then what's 1/3 of 9? Well, I know in my head that 1/3 of 9 is 3, because if you divide 9 into 3 pieces, you get 3 for each group. Okay, so what would 9 plus 3 be? 12. Let's see if it works. So first I have to make it into an improper fraction. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 4 over 3 times 9. 4 times 9, 36. 36 divided by 3, 12. I was right. 12. Number 16 is 12. Okay, 18. Oh, this is 2 mixed numbers. 18 is 1 1/2 times 6 1/3. 1 1/2 times 6 1/3. Okay, so I have to turn them into improper fractions. So 2 times 1 plus 1. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3/2 times 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19 over 3. So I can cancel out these 2 3s and turn them into 1s. So then I have 1 times 19 and 2 times 1. So 19 over 2, so that's 19 divided by 2, which 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I have 9 and 1 left over. So my answer, my final answer for number 18 is going to be 9 1/2. 9 1/2. All right, number 20. Okay, number 20. It says, use the rectangles at the right to help you find each quotient. Okay, 1 divided by 1/6. Okay, 1 divided by 1/6. Okay, obviously the answer is going to be 6. Okay, so you have 1 basically divided by into 6 pieces. All right, so number 20 is 6. Okay, number 22, 2 divided by 1/3. Okay, So if I have 2 divided into 3 groups, how many am I going to have? Again, 6. Okay, number 24. In 2000, it's here I graduated college. In 2000, 3/25ths of U.S. states had areas under 10,000 square miles. 13/50ths of U.S. states had areas between 10,000 and 50,000 square miles, and 23/50ths of U.S. states had areas between 50 and 100 square miles, 50,000 and 100 square miles. What fraction of the United States had areas over 100 square miles? Okay, and so the answer to that would be 4/25ths. 4/25ths. Okay, so you have to add all of them up together and see that there's 4 left over. Okay? All right, so number 26, it says copy and shade the picture at the right to find 2/3 times 1/2. Explain what the different types of shading represent. Okay, so just like we did in one of our last lessons, a couple lessons ago, you're going to shade 2 of the 3 lines going down and 1 of the 2 lines going across, flip that. And the shading represents the ones that overlap are the ones that overlap each other, okay? And then 2/3 times 1/2, which you don't even have to find out. Wow. Which you don't even have to find out would be 2/6, so that would be 1/3. Okay, all right. So that was a lot, I'm sorry, but I want to do something fun during class today. So I figured if we went over all of the homework during our video today, we could do something fun for our very last Zoom class. All right, I'll see you then.